Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In this episode, we're going to get the Foz back in, start pulling it apart so we can make a new exhaust. Stay tuned. Right, I'll see if I can get it in without warming it up so much, just so we can start pulling it apart sooner. Yeah, starts up perfect. Right, let's bring it in. Put some trees on it. Alright. Still love this. Still need to mount them onto the actual body instead of the guards. But, not hot at all, so anyway, later tonight I'll come out and start pulling it apart, and we'll start piecing together the pie cuts to get a good angle, and we'll end up rotating that and bringing it forward a bit so then we can get a good dump as well out of the GT35. Hopefully it all works out. I have to make another water line to go in between, but other than that, and I'll need a new oil drain because that's melted. But yeah, other than that, it should be okay. Hopefully maybe within the week it'll be done. Alrighty guys, it's now Saturday afternoon, so we're going to get started on cleaning up these pie carts and this one. Once I've done all that, we'll start pulling the GT35 off. Right, so you might have seen me going out of 45. I'm actually putting a bevel on it because they're so thick. When I weld them together, we want to have a little channel down there so we can fill it in a bit better. Makes sense? Alright, so I've done all of the outsides. I need to do the inside now. Just got to duck inside for a sec. I'll come back out, but there's 6 there, so that makes 9 degrees. Pretty tight for a schedule 40. It's all flush, which is awesome. So we'll clean up those insides and then we'll start taking the... Right, so I'm just using the drill with a carbide bit in there. I'm just going to go around the inside. It's not much burrs on these ones compared to these. I need to do this one. Yeah. That'll take a little bit of time. Oh, alright, just finished that one. That was the end of the pipe, my first cut on the really bad saw. That took about the same time as it took me to do all of them. Wow, my arm hurts now. Alright, now we're going to start pulling the Foz apart.
Let's go. Yo, I'm like an addict, do I gotta have it. I ain't even playing, got a really bad habit. If it moves, gotta grab it, fuse like a magnet. Lose, won't have it till I'm doomed in a casket. I ain't playing, got a weird mind. If you work 8 hours, I'ma work 9. If the shit tastes sour, you should taste mine. I'ma stay in power for a long time. Get up, nah, I ain't a quitter. Toss me the ball, I'm a really big hitter. Big picture, I'm a straight killer. Rising the song to the highest bidder. Got juice, got gas, I'ma move fast. New shoes, new tracks, like who's that? I'm new, come back, better than last. Yeah, it's a new me, never gonna look back. I'm never gonna look back. Cause damn, I was built to last. You move slow and I move fast.
Wow, there is a lot of condensation sitting there. And in the back of the turbo, oil coming out. Short starts, not running it properly. Alright, So you guys are nearly flat with the battery, so I'm just going to get this off, get the dump off, and hopefully charge it up enough, and we'll come back and revisit. I'll show you the melted line. Yeah, pretty close. So what I might do is chop it here. I've got a metal line that I had bent up in an S, so I might use that. That should get to this location even better, and that'll push that out of the way. Alright guys, I've got everything off that I need. I'm getting into a pretty good location. So that's the exhaust that I'm going to use, probably just the top section, but I'm just using it for some good space, so it's nowhere near like firewall and stuff like that. So I'm going to go the 2.5 pipe straight onto this T3 flange. So I'm going to get this off, chop that, and then we will work between that and the back of the TD05. So just give you it's actually going to come off this way to allow the exhaust to come down pretty close this way, and that means that the wastegate is going to pretty much go straight up, so I think it's going to look good. Yeah, let's get this T3 flange off, chop that 2-inch V-band off, and grind it down and get it ready for a 2.5 pipe onto it. Alrighty guys, it's getting late. I've been working on the clocking of these pie cuts. These are all the good cuts. The ones to the left here are all the bad ones. So just trying to work it out. Need to cut some more, so I need to get another cut-off wheel for the drop saw and do probably another 6 or so cuts, or 6 or so pieces, maybe even a little bit longer piece, but yeah, getting there. It's fitting. I've got my location for the turbo. Hi guys, it's Sunday evening. I just came out to put the heater on because I'll be out a bit later, but I've done some more pie cuts. I've done another 9, and these come up quite well. Very small, so we're going to have a nice tight radius on this bunch. So we should have like a 135 degrees possibility there. So we've got this one, and then we've got them. That should be enough to do that. That's actually quite heavy. Should be able to hold a GT35. Yeah, so I put the heater on. Just got the saw out. I need to clean up around there. Had this down while I was chopping. Yeah, put the heater on and we'll come out after dinner. Well, that's annoying. Fell asleep, putting the son to sleep. That heater was on all night, and we'll come back after work and we'll try this again. Alright guys, I am back, and tonight's goal is to get this all tacked together, ready for the T3 flange to go on. So let's get mocking this up. Alright guys, so this is what I mocked up the other night, and there's quite a few pieces in there. This first piece, I need to actually tack that onto the flange there, so then we can start building off that and actually have it on the car and put the pieces on, get it into the right position. So we'll get that flange off, we'll tack that first bit on, and then we'll go from there. Alright guys, so I got the flange off. This is the first piece. This is the flat with the 7.5 degrees. As you can tell, I've marked out where 2.5 inch would be, but if I put that on there, we won't be able to get a nut onto there. So what I'm actually going to do is just bring it across. It's on the bottom, and then we're pretty much even from here and here. So I'm going to tack it there, and then we can grind it out from the back. Obviously this is going to get cut here. So once this is on there, I'll probably make this out of a 3-inch pipe and obviously mock it up to that. Take this off and I'll use the angle grinder to actually cut it out, because I've tried drilling into the Schedule 40 and it takes forever and it just blunts up the drill bit. So I'll do that while it's all tacked together, so we can just use the angle grinder to cut it out, make it a lot easier. And obviously cut that off. We're going to have some nice flow from there. I was hoping to have it come across, but the brake master cylinder is in the way, so we're going to have to go up and then across. But yeah, enough chatter. Let's tack that on so we can start mocking that up. Also, I might, depending on how close that is, I might have to weld a stud onto one of these two and then just tighten it up from the nut on the other side, but we'll see. Also, I don't remember, in a past lifetime, I've put some sort of size pipe in the T3 flange and like welded it in, so I'm going to try to get that all out to open it back up to 3 inches and 2 inches, because once that goes on there, or 2.5 by 2 I think it is, yeah, we've got to sort that out. So that's a big restrictor right there. Anyway, let's weld. Alright, so we have that tacked on. Got 3 tacks, 1, 2 and 3. It's going to be hot for a little while, so it's still flat, which is good. So we can get this on, I guess. Wow, that looks so cool. Alright, so this one I'm going to have to weld a stud onto. I can't get a bolt through this way and in. So yeah, I'll weld a stud onto that. That is actually in a good position. Just need to clean that up. But I think this is ready to tack. I really do. I'm really happy with that. It's gonna look good. Just have a look at the size difference. There's the old one. That's the new one. We'll run. Can't really see in there. Yeah, this is girthy, and it's freaking heavy. Should be able to hold that GT35. Still need to do the wastegate, obviously, and that wastegate. But it's time to take this off the flange and start tacking it up. So it's going to take a little while. So what I might do is actually cut this tape like a good 20mm off and tack it, and go around to the other side, tack it, and just keep moving. Don't want to drop it because I'll lose all my clocking of pies. Alright, so I ended up tacking them together, but I did fall apart halfway with the tape, so I've got to put it all back together in the car, make sure it's all clocked properly, mark it, and tack these two together. And then we got to clean it up so we get some really good welds. Whew. There you go, boys, tacked together. Still need to work on that T3 flange, but I'll put this on for you guys to show you what it looks like without the tape all over it. There we go, boys. Look at that piece of art. Wonder if the turbo will sit on it. Alright guys, I've got it sitting there. There's a lot of room over here. I think I might have it a bit too high. Still need to clock the turbo obviously for it to point down, which will actually make it a bit shorter because it gets thinner around this way. But there's enough room for a wastegate to come out there. Obviously we're going to be playing around with that a bit, but that's a good shot. Yeah, it's definitely nowhere near that anymore, so that's good. Alright guys, I'm going to call it a night. I had to change it up a little bit. It was sitting too high. The bonnet wouldn't close. So you'll see the different setup once I get that all finished up and welded on. And we do the wastegate for the internal wastegate, and we've also got to do the external wastegate, which will be done after the turbo is mounted on this properly. So yeah, I'll finish this episode here guys. We're most likely going to run out of argon tomorrow, so yeah, we're not going to be finished welding this until probably next week, but it's coming along nice. I really like it. It's a lot bigger than the little 2-inch one, so we should be getting a lot more flow. If you enjoyed this episode guys, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't yet, please consider hitting that subscribe button, and I'll catch you next episode. Bye.